Hello YouTube, my name is Ekuegan, you call me EK. First of all, I just want to say thank you to everyone that smashed the subscribe button, the likes, the comments. You guys are doing really great. Hopefully this channel can find the algorithm, which is on YouTube. But I just want to say thank you for everyone that has joined in. Today's video, I'm going to be going over the Void 3.0 subclass. I'm also on the screen where Bungie is showing us the Season of the Risen, which is going to be next season. Let's go here. So, Season of the Risen is going to be the name of the next season. And what they're showing here, I believe, is a seasonal activity. It seems like we're going to be helping Cabal. Cabal are going to be helping us. You can see there's a bunch of Scions like right behind me here, or right behind this Titan about to throw this lance. I'm pretty sure this is probably a seasonal activity weapon, or maybe this is our artifact and we get to use it. As you can see here, I kind of see that one scout rifle that we had before from the Cabal Raid the Leviathan. It seems like we're getting that back as a reprise. Maybe be able to put, different rolls on it, crafting it. That looks cool. It seemed like this theme of the armor is pretty neat. You can kind of see all the Cabal symbols on here. This looks pretty dope. But yeah, if you want this picture, I threw it up on my Discord. I'm pretty sure you can find it on Twitter. But let's dive into Void 3.0. All right. So boom, here I am. I'm back. Also, don't forget this video is sponsored by Elgato. Elgato is one of my biggest sponsors. Everything that I do daily, Elgato kind of helps me out, whether it comes to my Stream Deck pedal or my actual Stream Deck. It's just, or even like my capture card, all of it. Like all of it is just in tune. My lighting. So whenever you get the chance, if you're trying to capture your gameplay the same way that I do, we have a link at the bottom. And don't forget, you can use my name at checkout, which will give you 10% off. Also, Corsair also owns Elgato, and Corsair has a bunch of pretty neat things too. So if you need items from Corsair, you can do the same thing. Now let's dive into this. A closer look at Void 3.0. With the Witch Queen expansion for Destiny 2, Guardians will face unparalleled threats from exploring the seats of Savannah's power, her mysterious and nefarious throne world, to face an elusive brood, hive enemies capable of wielding light. Players will be tested in ways that they've never been challenged before. It's a good thing then that Guardians come prepared. In addition to a new power cap and a host of new weapons and armor to use in the fight against the enemies of humanity, Guardians will also be imbued with brand new capabilities thanks to some significant changes coming to Void elemental power coinciding with the Witch Queen expansion. The Void update, what we call Void 3.0, is the first overhaul of Destiny 2 elemental powers to come in year 5. Look for Arc and Solar changes in the future. Void abilities haven't really been developed since 2017, and they were a reaction to the sandbox that was in Destiny 1. Said Destiny designer Kevin Yanis. Yeah, Kevin's the man, dude. Really cool dude. With Void 3.0 and the other elemental chains to come, the team had a set of goals that they wanted to attain to bring these classic elemental powers in line with the challenge, level, and balance of today's sandbox, as well to strengthen the overall fantasy that is at the heart of each style. Bungie, I'm sorry, man. Like all this is like too long. I know y'all trying to make it cool. I'm trying to get to the point. I'm sorry, but I'm trying to get to the point here. All right, so I am going to go down a little bit. The first big Void 3.0 change is the introduction of aspects and fragments. If you play Stasis and how that works out, how we have aspects and fragments, this is basically what's going to happen to the Void subclass. And in the future, they're going to do it to the Arc and Solar. So first introduced to Stasis and Beyond Light, aspects and fragments give players more options to choose from when it comes to the abilities they want to use in battle. As with Stasis, aspects are class-specific selectable items that give players additional actions they can perform with the elemental subclass. Fragments are non-class specific complementary perks that players can select to enhance how they play the game. How players choose to combine the aspects and fragments are key components of build crafting their Guardian. When developing the new aspects of Void 3.0, the team worked hard to center them around new actions, verbs, as team refers to them. That defines what Void should mean going forward for players. It wasn't just like a passive or a perk. It should feel like a new thing that you were adding to your toolkit, Giannis said. Of all the actions feel like they have new performances to them, they are reinforcing that core fantasy. Those verbs manifest themselves in the form of new actions for players to use in the heat of battle. New actions such as the Trapper's Ambush will find the hunters diving and slamming to the ground, weakening enemies and causing nearby allies to become temporarily invisible. Titans will be able to grant barriers to allies, and Warlocks will be able to summon entities from beyond the void to help turn the tide. None of that was available before the Witch Queen Sayanis. The old Void subclass Diamond system was rooted around the melee augment, a super augment, and the 2 passives. What we've done is essentially added 2 new sections. Yes, you still get your melee. Yes, you get your super, but now you get 2 new things that either plus up your existing kit or give you something that you didn't have before. We've taken elements and abilities from the Diamond and promoted them to full-size aspects, said Destiny designer Samuel Dunn. The Warlock Chaos Accelerant ability is a good example, where the Warlock can charge their Void Grenades into more powerful versions and throw them. I'm guessing Controverse holds are going to make him even stronger then, maybe? Hopefully those stack. I don't know, we'll see. While that's something that existed before, we believe that the performance and identity of that ability is strong and feel like a unique ability enough to stand on its own as an aspect. So then that means nothing manacles too? We'll see. With the 3.0 upgrades, we're trying to take the cool parts of what already exists and then add in new stuff where we feel like there are holes to be filled. Before we take a deeper look at each class implementation of Void 3.0, let's align on some terminology. Some Void attacks apply 1 or more of 6 buffs or debuffs that confer tactical advantage to the Guardian. All right, so here we go. I'm guessing Void is going to have all these, and the Arc and Solar are going to have their own. So suppress. The target is taken out of any active ability when suppressed. While suppressed, the target cannot activate any abilities or movement mode, combatants or disoriented. I believe a dev was saying that, like, I think Kevin said it. He said that every class now has suppressor grenades. So the Hunter, the Warlock, and the Titan all have suppressor grenades. It used to just be the Titan, so that's pretty freaking neat. Weaken. The target takes increased damage, has slowed movement, and is disoriented. Okay. Weaken is almost like suppress, but they take increased damage. Okay. Okay, when you suppress, you don't take increased damage. When you weaken, okay. Volatile. The target would explode and avoid detonation upon taking additional damage. If the target dies before Volatile has taken enough damage to detonate, the detonation happens anyway. Invisibility. The player vanishes from sight and does not appear on radar. I don't think they said anything about this being on all 3. I don't think the Warlock and the Titan can go invisible. Overshield. The player gains a protective barrier that immediately stacks on top of their existing health. Okay, I see what Bungie did. So the first 3, all classes can use. Then the next 3, invisibility is tied to the Hunter, Overshield tied to the Titan, Devour is tied to the Warlock. That makes sense. The player gains a protective barrier that immediately stacks on top of their existing health and shield, and intercept incoming damage. Overshield reduces the damage taken from PvE combatants. Devour. The player is immediately restored to full health upon activating Devour from any source and is granted grenade energy. When the player gets any kill with Devour active, they are restored to full health, granted grenade energy, and the Devour buff time is extended. Pretty nice. So basically the biggest take from this is that we got these 3 things being moved to everyone. All right. Why do I feel I have to spit? A Titan. A Void-enabled Titan is the Star Wars shield of a fire team. Whether serving up Ward of Dawn protective bubbles to withstand furious enemy assaults or charging the battlefield, shield in hand, mowing down opponents, 1 shield toss at a time. Previously, the 2 supers, Ward of Dawn and Center Shield, were tied to one another from a control standpoint, so that Titans had to use similar input and sit through a chunk of the Sentinel Shield activation animation before the War Bubble was created. All right, let's see what happens here. Oh, that was instant. That was instant. Y'all saw that? Boom. I like that. I like that a lot. You see that? So, with Void 3.0, the 2 functions are separated, which means that the Ward of Dawn is now nearly instant. That means you press your super and it's there. You don't have to hold your super button anymore. Okay. In addition, the Ward of Dawn has been moved to the fastest super cooldown tier. Okay. The only thing I'm worried about is if they moved it to the fastest super cooldown tier, does that mean that enemies can take out bubbles down a lot faster? Or, I mean, I know that bubbles are going to be tied to resilience, but it seems like the Titan's going to have to run high resilience in order to kind of keep that, especially if it's something that you're going to have on the fastest super cooldown tier. making it much more available to the Titan in need. This change means it's much better reactionary defensive tool, said Destiny designer Mike Humboldt. If a hunter were to jump at you in class Blade Barrage, the Titan can now pretty reliably act. Oh, that's dope. That's dope. Just as before, Sentinel Shield will allow Titans to traverse the battlefield, bashing foes with a Void Shield or tossing their shield as melee attack. Thrown Shield will damage opponents and apply Volatile. If Controlled Demolition is equipped, while Shield Bash kills will grant a full overshield. Okay. All right, let's see this. Oh man, what is the... Man, this man, holy cow. Okay, so from what I saw, as soon as he placed his shield, he got an overshield, and he has a shield in front of him. That's like a multiple way to get the hell out of there. That's pretty nice. Okay, and it also said that when you drop that, you would give your teammates an overshield. Okay, let's hope that doesn't get too busted in Crucible. There are 3 Titan aspects to choose from with Void 3.0. Controlled Demolition. Hitting a target with Void ability of Volatile Detonation will make them volatile. Bastion. Casting Barricade generates overshield for yourself and nearby allies. Those bunkering behind the shield will regenerate overshield over time and extend overshield. Oh my lord. That means I could put the shield behind me and I could shoot somebody in front of me or like killing enemies. And as I'm killing them, I'm getting my shield back. It's almost like having like a healing rift, except let's call this like a overshield barricade. You're literally just all right. While you have an overshield or inside the Ward of Dawn, grenade charge significantly faster and you have increased melee range. You also gain additional shield throw for your center super shield. Dude, bashing an offensive bulwark would be nasty. Like you just sit there, you throw grenades. Okay. My clock is like winding. The Titan already looks really freaking good. All right. Like I'm thinking like harder and most light, and the Titan's gonna have their abilities up the whole time and just like Titan support, like full support. The hunter prioritizes moving and stealth in the heat of battle. Whether is enjoying a few moments of tactical recalibration, intense encounter by briefly vanishing after dodging an attack, or setting snares and traps to disorient and slow their opponent. A fight with a hunter is always a study in agility, surprise, and deadly precision. Okay. Okay, you're actually off the radar for once. Did y'all see that? He supered and dodged, and he's actually off the radar. Like the ads aren't looking at me. Like, cool. That's nice. That is very nice. In addition to the Spectral Blade Super, the Shadow Shot variant that hunters are accustomed to, Deathfall Mobius Quiver will still be found in the Void 3.0 changes, though there are some changes to be aware of. For example, Mobius Quiver will fire volleys of 3 arrows that will now track targets and make them volatile if they're tethered. In addition, with Deathfall, the Void Anchors that are dropped after Shadow Shots will now pull enemies towards it. This is beautiful. Shadow Shot will now pull enemies towards it when it impacts a surface or target. How many times have y'all tethered enemies and they walking out of it? Or like the game has them jumping out of it. It's like a fucking jumping party. They're just like, they're fucking out of the shit. I'm like, yo, they're supposed to be tethered. Why are they leaving? This is actually amazing. I hope it works the way that they said it was gonna work. The Hunter Snare Bomb melee ability will now weaken enemies. In PvP, players caught in a snare bomb will have their HUD removed. Oh, yikes. Oh, people are going to be using snare bombs. Oh, my lord. Hello? Hello, Bungie? Yo. Who came up with this? You motherfuckers love trolling. This is, oh, my lord. Yeah, I gotta go. Yeah, I got a thing to read. This is crazy. Anyways, an obscuring screen effect applied for a short period of time. Okay, all right. Now I know what hunters are gonna be playing. Now let's watch the Mobius Quiver. Oh my lord! First of all, you guys see those three things? I'm kind of sad because Mobius Quiver used to be really good for damage, right? You tether enemy, you let the first tether hit, and then you shoot the rest for damage. This one seems like it's going to be a waste. But if it pulls enemies in, I'm not going to mind it. So there's 3 tethers on the ground, and it pulls them in. They're no longer run away from me. You know what? I'll take that trade. Yo. Did you just see that? The hunter has a suppressor grenade, dog. Oh, my God. Hello? Yo, that's crazy. Like, yo, that's dope. Yeah. Thanks, man. I'm going to use that and the snare bomb in Crucible. No, I don't mean Crucible. I just be playing it sometimes. But yeah. Yeah, I'm finna do that. Thanks, Bungie. Okay. All right. Anyways, that was nasty. And then the hunter has, you guys just saw that, right? The hunter has a shatter dive. And if you hit anything, boom, hit that guy right there. Not only did he hit that guy, right? He also, like, I think weakened him because I see that right there. And boom, you're invisible. That is nasty. How long was that invis? Let me see. I need to see how long that invis was. Let's I can't. It looks like 7 seconds. Can't really. Okay, it's 7 seconds. 7 seconds. All right, so you go invis for 7 seconds. That's pretty nasty. Oh my lord. Okay. All right. Next. Hunters will now have 3 aspects to select from with Void 3.0. Trap is ambush. Players can activate quick fall to spend their melee charge or to dive to the ground. Create a smoke cloud upon detonation. Upon impact, enemies caught in the cloud are weakened allies become invisible. In addition, snare bombs upon attaching to surface or enemies cause nearby allies to become invisible. So what you're telling me is I'm gonna run my marksman's dodge, right? Or my dodge to get my melee back. I'm gonna jump in there and make someone invis, dodge, and do it again. And if I run like an exotic that like gives me stuff back, like Frosties, or like if you want it to be selfish, you can run that one Void helmet that has all the Void stuff in there. I don't want to talk about it. Or like, you know, you can run like a 6 Coyote. It's just sounds crazy, but cool. Vanishing step. Dodge it makes the hunter invisible. That just seems like very plain. Okay, I'm just gonna let that go. Anyways, Stylus Executioner. Defeat a void debuff target. Weaken, suppress, or volatile. Grants invisibility and true sight. We bringing true sight back again? Okay, all right. While invisible and after Stylus Execution, your next melee attack weakens enemies. I think the next melee weaken enemies is cool, but if I go invis, right, and I can weaken and my allies become invisible, I think Trapper's Ambush is probably the better thing here. And on top of it, I don't need to dodge to go invisible because I can go invisible by just using the melee. Okay, we'll see. I really think Trapper's Ambush is just the better. Warlock. The infinite mysteries of the universe are the playground of warlocks. When they are nose deep in ancient texts, warlocks are floating across the battlefield, healing allies and creating havoc among their foes. Void 3.0's fine-tunes their powers, and the warlock's new aspect will, among other new abilities, summon a brand new type of support from the Yawning Void of Spaceheim. Yawning Void? Have you ever seen Ikora? Bro, she Nova bombs everything. Anyways, the Nova Warp Super lets Warlock quickly teleport from one spot to the next, and players can choose to let loose with a deadly Void Eruption. With the Vortex Super Enhancement, the player's Nova Bomb will now draw enemies into the singularity it creates, damaging them once inside. I kind of wish like you could throw like a Nova Bomb and it's actually like it stays in the air, it doesn't hit the ground, it stays in the air and it just starts sucking shit in. right? Like imagine like an actual like void, like big ball in the air, and enemies just come in and just die. I don't know. Detonation will shatter into smaller seeking projectiles, and shooting a Nova Bomb will cause it to detonate early. The Warlock melee Pocket Singularity fires an unstable ball of void energy that detonates when it nears enemies, pushing them away from the blast and making them volatile. According to Destiny designer Mike Humboldt, he expects this melee will find particular use in the Crucible. Of course it will. We do a lot of PvP testing and knocking someone who is trying to shotgun rush you off the map with a pocket. Oh my lord, it's gonna be pushing people off the map. Here we go. Let's watch it. Ooh, look at that little void buddy. Oh my lord. That's not even the melee. Oh my lord. Yo, was that little void buddy just sucking the... Oh my god. You guys probably didn't notice that, but that little void buddy was like attaching to everybody. Look. Yo, just attaching to people. I wonder what the max is. I think it might be 3. Bungie likes the number 3. They love the number 3. Yeah, it looks like 3. Like, yeah. That is still stupid, but it's funny. It's called Void Soul Vampirism. That's cool. That's neat. Void Soul, 24 seconds. That buddy's gonna be there for 24 seconds. Okay. Run that with Devourer might be like ridiculous. We'll see if that's even a combo. As with Titans and Hunters, Warlock will have 3 aspects of Will and Void 3.0. Chaos Accelerant. Hold down the grenade button to overcharge your Vortex, Axion, Bolt Scatter, and Magnetic Grenades. Magnetic Grenades overcharge into Hellhound Supernovas. Okay. I just wonder if the exotic that we have, like, you know, will still, like, make this even stronger or not. We'll see. Or maybe those exotics allow you to just run one of the other ones because you can just hold down your grenade. We'll see. I don't know, like, I'm thinking about, like, nothing manacles, right? Like, how's that gonna work out, really? Well, like, Controverse holds, I don't know, we'll see. Defeat enemy with a void ability to active Devour, because if that's the case, I'm gonna run Feed the Void with, like, Controverse and still do the kind of same thing, right? Child of Old Gods. Cast your Rift to summon a Void Soul. When you damage an enemy with your weapon, your Void Soul will launch itself towards them and detonate nearby. Attaching draining tendrils which deal damage and weaken the target. When your Void Soul deals damage, it restores either melee and grenade energy. If running Healing Rift, or health if running Empower Rift back to you. So if you're running an Empower Rift, it's going to give you health. Defeat an enemy who is being drained grants Rift energy. And then isn't there an exotic boot coming out for the Warlock that's supposed to like heal you as you do damage? So if you run Empowering, it will heal you. So then you just run a Healing Rift and the boots will give you Empowering. So then not only are you healing and Empower, you're also going to get melee and grenade energy back. Oh my lord. Anyways, designer Samuel Dawn calls the Child of the Old Gods aspect a passion project for him. Something the team worked on for quite a while to get it right. I'm a Warlock main at heart, and I really love summoning little friends like Arc Souls and Bleak Watchers to do my bidding. So I wanted to make sure that Void Soul felt like a black hole, but with a little personality to it too. Okay, let's see. Oh no, this is the grenade setup. Yeah, you don't even need Controverse holds. Look at that. That thing just shredded. To complement the class specific aspects, Void 3.0 will also introduce a number of new fragments, which offer new perks to build upon as well as bonuses or penalties. Okay, here's a look of a few of the new fragments to come. Echo of Expulsion. Void ability kills cause enemies to explode. Intellect bonus. Echo of Provision. Damaging enemies with grenades grants melee energy. Strength penalty. Echo of Domineering. After suppressing a target, gain greatly increase in mobility for a short duration, and your equipped weapon is reloaded from reserves. Discipline bonus. That already sounds like a hunter one. Echo of Undermining. Void grenades weaken enemies, and then discipline penalty. My only thing is, like, Bungie, do I have to go out there and, like, go get these aspects like how we did for Stasis? Because we already had some of these things. Like, Devour and all that stuff. We kind of already have some of these things, Bungie. Do we have to go out here and do quests to get all this Void 3.0 stuff? I really hope it's like a gift and they just come through and like they give us the gift. Because if they tell me I gotta do it, I'm gonna be like, who? Who said I gotta do this? Who? Like, for real, like, who? Anyways, I haven't read the whole thing yet, so I'm saying I'm gonna wait. All right? Now, another significant change for Void 3.0 is that all subclasses will have access to all Void grenade type in the game. For example, as a hunter, you'll be able to run suppressor or magnetic grenades instead of choosing between just Void Spike, Void Wall, or Vortex. In addition, some grenades will see upgrades. For example, the lingering field created by Vortex grenade will now suck enemies into it. Players who have played Destiny before the Witch Queen expansion will have access to all Void aspects and most fragments with the launch of Witch Queen. Bruh. Yo, know what I'm saying? Like, I almost got, I was a little mad earlier. Yeah, yo, we good, bro. We good. Saying like, okay, yo, let's get back to it. This is crazy. Wow. Okay, they answered my question. That's dope, bro. Wow. Anyways, they said most fragments. What that mean? What you mean most fragments, huh? It better be all the goddamn fragments. What the like? Anyways, new Destiny 2 players will earn the aspects and fragments as part of the new light game experience. Across all these ability tweaks, new powers, and build crafting options, one theme is clear. The team behind Void 3.0 is focused on giving Guardians the chance to fulfill the fantasy of their chosen class by giving them ample opportunity to do what the class does best. As Dunn puts it, we built out multiple ways for the player to access and key off their core verbs. For example, Dunn said the Titan has several ways to earn and extend overshield in the fight. They do. Using the Bastion aspect to create a barricade to grant overshield to you and your allies, the shield throw melee can grant overshield, as does the Void shoulder charge. With overshield, the Titan can also get increased grenade recharge and melee damage. As a result of these new buildcraft options, players can double and even triple dip into these verbs. Yeah, hard and most light. Like overshield for Titans or invisibly for hunters, as Lund sums it up, it means you can do the same things that your class is supposed to do all the time. Void 3.0 arrives to coincide with the launch of the Witch Queen on February 22nd, 2022. That's it for this video. If you like what you saw, please make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. We are currently at 22,222 subscribers. You guys are fucking amazing. Also, what are your thoughts, man? What do you think about this Void 3.0? I have some ideas. I think I'm going to make a few builds like way before the raid or anything comes out. So I can't wait to dive in. I see you guys on the next one. Thank you for watching. Deuces, dog.